got exposed to COVID, so I've been doing some things to help improve my immune system. One of the things, I'll show you in just a second. One of the things I did was I used some of my elderberry juice. Now this was clear full, and I cooked it down to make a syrup. It's not a very thick syrup. I added some sweetener to it. And the idea is, you can see it right there, is just to take like a tablespoon 2 or 3 times a day. Tastes pretty good. Those are with the elderberries that I grew. You can go back on my playlist and see that whole process, how I made that. And the last thing I made was some fermented honey garlic. So I'm going to tell you how I did this. I peeled a ton of garlic, 5 cloves I had, and you peel them and then smash them. And the reason that you smash them, I've got to look at my notes here, is to release the sulfur compound allicin. And that's the part that makes garlic have its garlic smell. And then you just pour raw honey over it. It's interesting, it just gets really thin. So I let that ferment for, I think it's been about a week and a half now. And you can tell it's done fermenting when it quits getting little bubbles. I had to burp it. Then I got to thinking, I don't know if you can see, sorry, there's a little lid thing in here. I'll show you what that is. That, and the purpose of that is simply to hold the garlic down. So I've got this fermenting weights. You can kind of see that right there. So they're just a little weight to hold the food down below whatever you're using. When I make vinegar, it's to hold the apple cores and peels, or the pear cores, whatever I'm making the vinegar with. Then I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was talking about a home remedy that she does, and that is whiskey and ginger for a cough syrup. And I thought, oh, I'm going to add ginger to this too, so I did that. I'm going to tell you some of the benefits. I'm not a doctor, so do your own research, but this is what I researched on it for fermented. Oh, something you need to know. As it ferments, the garlic will mellow. It will not be so strong, and it will get soft. And you eat a clove or 2, you know, whenever you want to, but I mean, you can't overdose on it. And although you might keep off other people away from you, at least 2 to 3 times a day if you're sick is good. Garlic is a potent anti-inflammatory, antiviral, and it's an immune booster. It's very good for you. The honey can be used in a lot of ways. And it's interesting, when I opened this up, I was really afraid to try it the first time, but I've already went through half a quart that I made last year. It smells very strong, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hate this. But when you eat that clove of garlic, like I said, it is pretty mellow, and with the honey, it is actually very tasty. And for me to say that I'm pretty picky, it has to be pretty good. The honey can be used as a glaze over savory dishes, like if you eat meat over meat. Can be drizzled over like feta cheese and some flatbread or any bread, used in a vinaigrette. I'm going to tell you the medicinal purposes that I've researched, and again, you can do your own research on garlic. Probably the one that most of us know is garlic helps with nausea, helps prevent it, helps calm it down. And garlic is an antibacterial that in Japan they use with their fish. But not only does it kill those bad bacteria, it helps feed some good bacteria that's in your gut. And if you've been reading or hearing about it, I'm sure you probably have, bacteria in our gut is so important for our immune system. Very important. It is a circulatory stimulant, so it can protect our heart. It can actually help thin our blood a little bit. Anti-inflammatory, so that makes it help with the congestion, whether it's in your chest or in your airways. And it's added to many herbal remedies because it boosts the effectiveness. Well, those are the things that I wanted to show you. Also in this little pan here, I just did some slices of ginger, smashed them down, and put water in it, and it makes a delicious warming tea. It's really good for you. So that's it for now. I want to pray blessings on you and yours, in your house, out of your house, in the day and the night. Whatever you do, keep dreaming. If you decide to try any of these things that I